Before you buy your first ATV, there's something the glossy brochures and dealership showrooms rarely tell you. The purchase price is often the cheapest part of ownership. What really determines whether an ATV becomes a great investment or a financial headache is everything that happens after you bring it home. Maintenance, parts, reliability, unexpected repairs, and sometimes those costs can add up faster than most people expect. Today, we're talking about three ATV brands that many owners say can become extremely expensive to own if you're not careful. Now, before we start, let's be clear about something. This isn't about hating on any brand. Every manufacturer builds some great machines, and many riders love their ATVs from these companies. But if you talk to longtime owners, mechanics, and people who have been riding for decades, certain patterns start to appear. Some brands build machines that are simple, durable, and affordable to maintain. Others build machines that are incredibly powerful and exciting, but can sometimes become very expensive over the long run. And if you're a new rider, especially someone who just wants a dependable machine for trails, property work, or hunting, understanding those differences can save you a lot of money. So let's start with the first brand that often surprises new buyers when the maintenance bills begin: Polaris. Now, Polaris makes some of the most popular ATVs in North America. Machines like the Polaris Sportsman 450HO, Polaris Sportsman 850, Polaris Sportsman XP 1000, and the aggressive Polaris Scrambler 850 are everywhere. And there's a reason for that. Polaris has mastered something extremely important in the ATV world. They build machines that feel exciting. When you first ride a Polaris ATV, you often notice how comfortable and capable it feels. The suspension is plush, the engines are powerful, the features are impressive. For example, the Polaris Sportsman XP 1000 offers massive horsepower and advanced suspension that can handle rough trails at speeds that would challenge many other machines. And the Scrambler 850 is known for delivering sport-level performance in a four-wheel ATV platform. But here's where things get complicated. Performance often comes with complexity: more electronics, more advanced suspension components, more powerful engines running closer to their limits. And while those features can make riding more fun, they can also increase maintenance costs over time. Many experienced riders will tell you that Polaris machines can sometimes require more frequent repairs compared to simpler ATVs. Things like wheel bearings, bushings, suspension components, and driveline parts may need attention sooner than some owners expect. Now, to be fair, this depends heavily on how the ATV is used. If you ride aggressively, push through mud, hit rough terrain, and rack up miles quickly, any machine will need maintenance. But because Polaris machines often encourage spirited riding, they sometimes experience more wear. Compare that to something like a Yamaha Kodiak 700 or a Honda 4Trax Foreman 4x4. Those machines are designed with a slightly different philosophy: less focus on extreme performance, more focus on durability and simplicity. And that can translate to lower long-term ownership costs. Now I'd like to pause for a moment and ask you something. If you were choosing your first ATV, what matters more to you? Maximum performance or long-term reliability and lower maintenance? There's no right or wrong answer here. Some riders love high-performance machines like the Polaris Sportsman XP 1000 or CanAm Renegade 1000R. Others prefer dependable workhorses like the Suzuki King Quad 750 or Yamaha Grizzly 700. Let me know where you stand in the comments. I'd really enjoy hearing your perspective. Now let's move on to the second brand on our list: CanAm. If Polaris builds some of the most popular ATVs in North America, CanAm builds some of the most powerful. Machines like the CanAm Outlander 850, CanAm Outlander 1000R, CanAm Renegade 850, and Renegade 1000R are absolute beasts. These ATVs are famous for their massive V-twin engines and incredible acceleration. When you ride one for the first time, the power is immediately obvious. It's thrilling, exciting, and honestly, a little addictive. But here's the trade-off. That kind of performance comes with increased mechanical stress. Larger engines generate more heat. More power puts greater strain on drivetrains, axles, belts, and suspension components. And when something does eventually need repair, the parts can sometimes be expensive. Many CanAm models also feature complex electronics and advanced systems that add convenience, but can increase repair costs if something goes wrong. For experienced riders who understand maintenance and enjoy high-performance machines, this might not be a problem. But for beginners, especially riders who just want something reliable for trails, hunting trips, or property work, the long-term cost of ownership can sometimes be surprising. Think about it this way. Do you really need 90 or 100 horsepower to explore forest trails? For many people, machines like the Yamaha Grizzly 700, Suzuki King Quad 500, or even the Polaris Sportsman 450HO provide more than enough capability. Yet many buyers are drawn to the biggest engine on the showroom floor. And sometimes that decision leads to higher costs later. Now, this is a great place to ask another question. Do you think ATV manufacturers are pushing horsepower too far? Machines like the CanAm Outlander 1000R and Polaris Sportsman XP 1000 are incredibly powerful. But are they more powerful than most riders actually need? Share your opinion in the comments, because this is one of the biggest debates in the ATV world right now. Now let's talk about the third brand that often generates a lot of discussion among ATV owners: CF Moto. CF Moto has grown rapidly over the past decade. Models like the CF Moto C-Force 500, C-Force 600, and C-Force 850 offer impressive features at a very competitive price. In fact, that's one of the biggest reasons many buyers consider them. When you compare prices at the dealership, a CF Moto often looks like an incredible deal. You get a lot of power, a lot of equipment, and a significantly lower price than some competing brands. But the long-term ownership experience can sometimes be mixed. Some riders report excellent reliability and great value. Others mention issues with parts availability, dealer support, or long-term durability compared to more established brands like Honda, Yamaha, or Suzuki. Now, it's important to note that CF Moto has improved dramatically over the years. Their newer machines are far better than earlier generations. But because the brand is still building its long-term reputation in some markets, resale value and long-term reliability can sometimes be uncertain. For someone planning to keep an ATV for 15 or 20 years, that uncertainty might matter. Especially when proven machines like the Honda 4Trax Foreman Rubicon 4x4 or Yamaha Kodiak 700 have decades of real-world durability behind them. And that's really what this entire conversation comes down to: ownership cost. Not just the price you pay today, but the total cost over the life of the machine. Because the truth is, the most expensive ATV isn't always the one with the highest price tag. Sometimes the most expensive ATV is the one that constantly needs repairs, or loses value quickly, or requires expensive parts that take weeks to arrive. Meanwhile, a simpler machine like the Suzuki King Quad 400, Kawasaki Brute Force 450 4x4, or Yamaha Grizzly 700 might quietly run for years with minimal problems. Now let's quickly recap the three brands we talked about today. Polaris, incredible performance and comfort, but sometimes higher maintenance over time. CanAm, some of the most powerful ATVs in the world, but that power can come with higher ownership costs. CF Moto, attractive pricing and strong features, but still building its long-term reputation in many markets. Again, this doesn't mean these brands make bad machines. Far from it. Many riders absolutely love their Polaris, CanAm, or CF Moto ATVs. But understanding the potential long-term costs can help you make a smarter decision, especially if you're buying your first ATV. Now I want to hear from you. Have you owned an ATV from any of these brands? What was your experience like? Was it reliable? Expensive to maintain? Or did it exceed your expectations? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else make a better buying decision. And if you're currently researching ATVs for the first time, make sure you check out the other videos on this channel. We talk about the most reliable ATVs, beginner-friendly models, and the machines that truly deliver long-term value. Because the best ATV isn't just the one that's exciting today, it's the one that still makes you smile 10 years from now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.